Well, hey there. Welcome to day 19 of our Get Up and Go challenge. I don't know if anybody's got one of these. It's called a rabbit, and I think it's mostly for wine, but I put my coffee in it this morning, and it is keeping it so hot. I burned my mouth like 4 times on it, and I finally got water poured in it, and it's still too hot. So I guess I'm making a recommendation for whatever these rabbit cups are. But I really like some caffeine this morning, and it's not going to happen. So, day 19. We're almost to the halfway point of our Get Up and Go 40-day challenge. Today we're talking about the O. The O, of course, in our SOAP framework. Yesterday we talked about the story. The story we're telling ourselves in one of these primary areas of our life: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, or contribution. And I am working on, personally, the relationship area. And the story I picked and I'm telling myself and that I thought about and worked on yesterday was all about where I am right now with my relationship with myself and where I want to be with my relationship with myself. Of course, I want my relationship with myself to be like a 9 or a 10, closer to a 10 than an average of 5 in all the, no, it's not just my relationship with myself, but relationship covers my relationship with myself, with my significant other, with my kids, with my immediate family, with my extended family, with my family, but you know, a lot of that's not my gig anymore. But with other people, my friendships, my business associates, partners, everybody we come in contact with is relationships. Life is really about, you know, that's why this is so important. These are foundational things, and they're all interconnected and interrelated. As much as we would love to say, oh, I'm just going to take care of my financial and my business and my career area of my life and everything else will be fine, it just doesn't work that way. If we do that at the expense of our health, if we do that at the expense of our emotions or our mental health or any other area or aspect of our life, we get into big trouble. And I think we're here to experience our life as best we can and to make sure we're living the best version of our life and a continually improving version of our life all the time. And that means you got to pay a little bit of attention to each of these areas on a conscious level, right? Subconsciously, yep, it'll all take care of itself. But will it turn out the way we want it to? Will it turn out in our best interest? Or are we just living by default? I don't know about you. I've had times in my life when I've lived by default, but it never feels as good and as satisfying as when I'm living on purpose, when I am moving towards something that I want, creating something that I want in my life. And the same is true of my relationship with myself. So I want my relationship with myself to be as high as it can possibly be. Why? Because that is the one relationship that I have 100% control over, right? Any other relationship, and if you don't believe me, or if you've got another way of looking at this, hit me up in the comments below, because I truly, sincerely want to know. Any other relationship that we have, do we have 100% control over? I don't think so. I think the only one that we really can control and take personal responsibility for is 100% within our control is our relationship with ourselves. So what do we do with that? Now I know where my relationship with myself is. I know where I want my relationship to be. How am I going to get there? What are the things that I can do to get there the fastest, the easiest, with the least amount of pain and pressure and struggle and strife, right? I don't know about you, but I like to do things that get me momentum and get me moving in that direction as quickly as possible. And that's what today is all about. The big O of relationships, or physical, financial, mental, spiritual, contribution, whatever area you're personally working on this time through the SOAP model, you'll do the same thing. O stands for options. What are my options? What can I do? What else is possible? What are my choices? What are all of the possibilities? And guess what? We live in this incredibly abundant world, this incredibly abundant universe. Anytime you don't believe that we live in an abundant universe, and I have this discussion with my coaching students pretty regularly. Even last night I had it with one, and it's, do we live in an abundant universe? Do we live in a universe where there's just not enough for everybody? There's just this limited amount of pie, and if I don't get my little sliver of the pie, then somebody else is going to get it. If I don't hurry up and be competitive and get in there and dig out and fight for my little piece of the action, then I'm just going to miss out. It's like believing that there's only one opportunity in your life and that it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Once-in-a-lifetime opportunity is a marketing ploy, right? It's also a big, fat lie. Not a lie in a bad way. They say, hey, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity because they want to get your attention. They want to get you to pay attention and look at something. And guess what? It will be a great opportunity for a lot of people. But for the vast majority of people, it's just another blip on the radar. And if you missed it, if you didn't see that advertisement, if you didn't see that commercial, if you didn't hear about it through the grapevine, it wouldn't even be something that you had lost. Yet so often we fret and worry about, oh, I should have bought that stock, I should have done this, I should have done that. And you know, we should all over ourselves, which is ridiculous because we only do what we can with what we've got at the time. We do the best we can at the present moment, but all the rest of it, it's just relative. It just doesn't matter. You know, and if we can live in the past and worry about it and fret over it and ruin our life now and our moments now because we're feeling bad about something we missed out on in the past, or we can do the best we can right now. And that is what this step is all about. This step in the SOAP framework, the SOAP process, is to brainstorm and consider our options. Now, our action item today is the same as it was the last time we did the O. Brainstorm, and I say at least 10. If you don't come up with at least 10 things that you can do to move you from where you are to where you want to go, you're not very serious about the thing that you're looking at, right? If I can't come up with a list of probably 100 or more things like this, and I mean pretty readily, like in 5 to 10 minutes, I can come up with a list of 100 things that I could possibly do or consider or look into to improve my relationship with myself, because I care a lot about it. It's important and urgent to me to change this, to do something about this, to take away the challenges, because I know how critical that is to everything else in my life, to every other relationship in my life. So I'm really motivated to change this. So to me, it's easy to come up with, 10 things is nothing, 100 things, or more, because then I have more choices. The more options that we brainstorm, the more things we write down, the more opportunities we're giving ourselves to see more and expand more. Because as you get past like the 10 and 25 and 30 mark, you'll see it's harder to come up with things, but it also, there's a point at which your brain will just click open and all of the possibilities to work on that area of your life or that are out there will start to reveal themselves, will start to show up, and you'll just start an ongoing list. I've got notebooks of brainstorming for different projects or topics or things that I'm interested in. So if it's a project or a topic that I can do for other people, I can definitely come up with a brainstorm list of things for myself. So we're going to do that. We're going to brainstorm options and possibilities as far-fetched as you want. I could say that in order to improve my relationship with myself, I am going to win the lottery. Now, that's a stretch, right? What does winning the lottery have to do with improving my relationship with myself? But I could put that on the list if I want, because you can put whatever you want on your brainstorm list, as far-fetched as it seems. Or I could say, I'm going to go to Nepal on a trek. I'm going to go hang out with the Dalai Lama. I'm going to get coached by... I can't think who I'd want to be coached by right now, but I could pick somebody that is a great self-coach, and I could say I'm going to spend $100,000 on a coach, whatever. Brainstorm out your list, even if it seems far-fetched, even if it seems crazy. How are you going to impact the area of your life? What are the options to get you the story from where you are to the story of what you want your life to be? From the situation you find yourself in now to the situation you want to be in. What are all the possibilities that you can come up and drum up with? And if you get stuck and you're brave about it, ask other people. I actually talked to my son about this yesterday, and he gave me a workbook of something that he's doing for an area and aspect of his life. I looked at it last night, actually, but it's really more financial than my relationship with myself. But it's one that I peeked at. I went through, a half a dozen pages of it and looked at it, and then I set it aside and I said, okay, next time I'm working on my financial aspect of my life, I'll pull this out and I'll look at it. I love workbooks. I just love them because they make me take action. If even all you're doing is filling out a workbook and asking yourself questions, guess what? That is taking action toward what you want. So that could be on your list. Get a great book about improving my relationship with myself. I've got several books and workbooks like that. How to excuse me, your life is waiting. Louise Hay's, can't think of it right now. I can see the cover in my mind. Anyway, Louise Hay has several. There's amazing workbooks out there in every area and aspect of your life that you can get, and just filling out one of those will help you get momentum and moving in the direction that you want to go. So, our challenge today, options. Brainstorm a list of as many options as you can today to move you from where you are to where you want to be. And then share, I'm going to say, I think we've shared one before. Share three. Share three things that are on your list. They can be the most far-fetched things on your list. They can be the most fun things on your list. You can decide the criteria that you're going to choose to what three you're going to share, but share at least three things. Do you know why I'm having you share at least three things? Because then I know you're going to come up with at least three things on your brainstorm list if you're not going to do at least 10 or more. That's it. This is all about you getting up and going and moving your life in the direction that you want it to. And I'm doing it right along with you because I always want to continuously improve and make my life better too. So get up and go. Have an awesome day. If I can help you in any way, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow with the A of our soap. Take care. Bye.